Good Monday morning, at least for a couple more minutes. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I was up in Columbus at the Buckeye Gaming Festival. Had a good time. Interesting. Mainly board games. 95% board games. With that, there was a small group historical board game. Think the old Hex and Chit board games. It was interesting. Saw some people from other conventions, so it was good to meet up with old friends and met some new ones. Talked a good while from to the people at Flying Pig Games. Actually ran across a couple of of their what do you call it, game developers. Talked to them for a while, so it was good. It was in um, always good to network. Uh, yeah, there weren't many miniature gamers there, so we'll say sales actually about what I expected at a board game convention. Wasn't great, but I paid for my trip. Glad I went. Um, Learned stuff. Met, like I said, met new people. It was all good. Uneventful drive back up there, up and back. And I will say that's the only that was probably the biggest drawback is just the time driving up to Columbus and back. Overall, it was relaxing though. Finished book and a half and I listened to some podcast. So it was a good. It was actually some good downtime. So, but we're back at it. Got a good night's sleep. Um, Not quite as tired as what I usually am coming back from convention, especially with back to back conventions. I may hit the wall tonight though, and we'll see. Uh, but yeah, it's in the last couple of conventions. And I tell you, it was interesting. Um, Kind of, and it's more big picture. Uh, Once again, in the room we're in with the historical board gamers, there were more people there Friday than there was Saturday. I know I talked about that before trend in other conventions. So I think it's just kind of a trend in conventions in general. Um, so interesting. Um, we'll, we'll see if that holds true the rest of the year. Definitely got to do more planning. Kurt Stevens with Miniature Building Authority was up there. So we talked about future um, conventions. Definitely, and of course, any convention is, especially sales, um, is hitting the right items, the right target audience, and never being up there before and knowing it was a board game convention. All my big sales were board games. Um, I it's just actually it's a challenge. Um, I could have been a little more prepared. Like I said, it's kind of hard when you do back combat conventions. I didn't demo anything because I was there by myself, but way the setup, I could easily demo something right there that had tables right in front of where we're at. So that's a little on me there. I should have gone in planning a game mode. I lost myself. Okay, I'm back. Good time. Good time. Glad I went. So nothing for the rest of the summer for conventions. Definitely, we've got Fjord Serpents, and I am going to be running Polyversal, doing Starship Troopers. We got a bunch of bugs painted, got a bunch more, um, and working with that. Gonna get Todd. We've got to get um, Turtle Park Apocalypse.
up and going. That's I think a great convention game. Looks good, fun to play. I definitely get that up. Okay, I don't know if it's on my internet or what. I keep blacking out here. Um, but we press on. What I was going to say. Sorry, I get distracted. What's happening? I don't know. If it's we'll see afterwards. But my video screen goes black, so can't see myself. Not a bad issue. See, what do we got coming? Got a huge Games Workshop order that will be what coming up this weekend. We got it back here, several boxes. I've got to get 3D printing. I'm behind on a couple big projects. Got a bunch of big trees, Andor trees. Is it Andor? No, that's the TV show. For the Ewoks. Probably about halfway done on that project, and got a couple other big ones. Plus, I want to print some more bugs for myself. So, need to get the printers up and running. I hadn't started that yet this morning. Big thing. We do have our swap meet this weekend. Just get with Mike on getting a spot. He does all the table coordination. Doesn't cost for a table or anything. Just bring your stuff in. We do store credit for the sales. We've started doing that because a lot of the sales are credit card. So kind of the only way to really process a credit card is turn it into credit, gift card for the people selling stuff, and turn around and they get that at all that in store credit. So yeah, but yeah, talk to Mike if you're interested in table. Just come out. Use some great bargains. I usually don't bring stuff. I'm digging some stuff out. I'll have some stuff here. I need to make some space, both some stuff in the back room and stuff in my garage basement to get rid of. Got a couple 40K tournaments coming up. I'm getting Chelsea to help me with the calendars because I'm horrible updating calendars. So hopefully between me and her, we can keep up with events. At least do much better than I do. So it's all good. Yeah, since I wasn't here this weekend, I got to play catch up on orders. I got a couple things pending already. I need to go back and look at and get that stuff out today or no later than tomorrow. So yes, once again, catch up. But it's all good. Having a good time, staying busy. That's a good thing. Having to work, that's good. Hopefully, speaking of Fjord Serpents, first thing I need to do is kind of track down where that shipment. Last week it was between here and Los Angeles, so hopefully it's closer to here than Los Angeles now. And then I am working with Luke on another order. I need to get tufts. I've got a list of tufts. I am getting monument paint in today. Well, of course, I'm out of white. So we'll get that squared away. What else do we got coming? We got more brushes. I did take the brushes conventions. They actually sold well. So that will become part of our staple for conventions. We'll have paints, we'll have tufts, and we'll have brushes. So it's all good. Like I said, I'm going to be working on getting sprints going, then painting more bugs. I got a bunch of Josh is printing me up a bunch of resin bugs. Probably a lot of that stuff is so small. Doing it at maybe 6-8 mil, I really can't print it effectively on my filament printers. So he's helping me out with that. Yeah, like I said, a lot of us is good at playing catch up on what is going on and stuff the next day or two. Once again on my walk, I had a whole list of things to talk about, and yeah, by the time I get here, I got new thoughts, and yeah, it's the way it goes. I wish I could write stuff down while I'm walking, but I got two dogs. I got a dog in each hand, so doing stuff even on my phone is not doable. Um, but yeah, I do need to do a couple, probably two more boats for fjord serpents. I'm going to start running in a store doing some scenarios. Oh, I'm looking for a mat. Kind of like my downtime a little bit this weekend was looking at mats for the Starship Troopers. I found a couple, not 100% what I want. They will do. I need to go back and look at cigar battle mats. Once again, I like their cloth, and I kind of like the texture look they give you. Um, and with that, polywash, I got some miniatures put together. I was going to prime them and maybe start painting them tonight too. And just what I need is another project. You can never have enough projects, right? Um, what else? Like I said, I know I got tons of stuff going on. Shout out to the wife. It was her birthday over the weekend. I was actually saying she came up to Columbus. She got a really close cousin up there. I stayed with them. We had a good time. Went out and had some good food, and it was good. I know she enjoyed it. So once again, happy birthday to the wifey. Um, you know what? Something I did want to talk about. Once again, being at a board game convention and being in that environment. Um, saw a couple interesting things, and they were good that they did. Of course, a little difference between board games and miniature games. They had a huge Saturday morning at Big. They sold on commission board games, so they were making money from the sales, and then of course people would bring in their unopened, a lot of unopened, and it appeared. I just glanced in. Looked like possibly a lot of Kickstarters that people never opened and stuff. So what they did, they staggered it. If you got in line early and were first in, you paid whatever the regular price was. Then if you were in the second tier, which was, I don't know, an hour later, 2 hours later, they were discounted. Then the third tier are what's in pretty much when I went in and looked around the last group, they were discounted even more. So I thought that's pretty cool idea. I know before they opened, I didn't see right when they opened, but it's probably about 10 minutes before they opened. They probably had 20, 25 people in line. So those people, once again, were probably the premium on some of the better games. So once again, good way to handle it. And I think board games tend, well, it's just, hang on. Sorry, phone was ringing. I know it's just hard. There's so many board games out there. Now, like I said, a lot more Kickstarter, so you couldn't find them retail. So that was a good place if you were looking for a game or something at a decent price, discounted price. That was good. Good. Um, the historical board gamers, once again, the Hex and Chit folks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. But it's where they play with maps that have hexes on them, usually hexes, and they have cardboard chits representing stuff, usually units. And anywhere from almost a skirmish level game to a huge battle. They were playing the Battle of Gettysburg, and literally it was taking a day to play each day of Gettysburg. Gorgeous board, good looking stuff. They had several good looking boards. There was a few boards, I was like, wow, I have no idea what's going on. They were so busy. It had to be thousands of little square chits. It was, a couple of them blew my mind. They had several campaigns going, and I guess they had even started. See, we got there's even Wednesday night playing. So I think that's, once again, a lot of them went Thursday, Saturday, because I guess they did a lot of game Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights, and even during the day. So probably the coolest thing, um, Spirit Island. I don't know if you're familiar with the board game Spirit Island. I had someone had done a 3D board. It was huge. It was probably at least 3-4 feet size board. They'd done a very nice job. Very well painted, a lot of colors. It looked cool. And that, most of the regular were just regular board games. They did have some tournaments. I know one of their big ones was a Catan tournament. That was in a different hall. That was only, I say, one of the negative things I think about this convention. And once again, it was cheaper for them. They got kind of all the meeting rooms. It was in the Columbus Convention Center, which is huge, huge, huge. But they got the level down where they had a lot of smaller meeting rooms. So stuff was kind of broken up. So it was kind of hard to really see everything or know what was going on unless you had a program. And once again, I think for vendors, especially me and Kurt were in a separate room with the historical gamers. I think it does hurt sales when, you know, the hardcore board gamers, which might have bought stuff from me, they may not ever made it down to where we were at. Other thing that was a challenge was load out, load in. There was several other things going on. There was a tattoo convention. They had some of the meeting rooms upstairs. And at first I thought, oh, okay, there's maybe 50 of them. But I went walking around in Friday afternoon and went like to the main area, then back around another corner. There's probably another 100 of them. I mean, it was, there was a lot, and there was cool. Sit there a couple of minutes watching tattoos, saw some finished products. It was pretty cool. They also had a volleyball tournament going on, and then they had a dance, a lot of dance teams, and these were girls probably 10 to 16. And anywhere, I didn't ask. I should have asked one of the parents, but the lot of dance. At first, thought it was gymnastics, but they were all in little corners practicing their routines, and there's more dance. So yeah, it was actually very busy, kind of crazy. We were downstairs. I don't know. It's kind of, once again, depends on where you walk in the convention center at, and then it kind of in the back. So we did run across a few people that had no idea what we were about. Talked to them. It was fun. But yeah, back to my point, I guess, is it was interesting. I think all gaming crowds have kind of the same stuff. You have your alpha gamers that push stuff. You have your definitely your followers, people that will want to play games if they're not going to break out the game and play it. And I saw that with the guys kind of running their campaigns there. Talking to a couple guys, this is why they come to that convention every year, is to play in their campaigns and stuff. And I was like, well, can't you do that at home with your group? And then, kind of mentioned that to one guy, and he's like, well, we don't have anybody really to run the games. Hang on. Also, it was interesting. Talked to people from Western Ohio. They never did really say where they're from. It's a obvious little town. They really didn't have anybody else around to play. It was like a two husband and wife couples, and they came to play bigger games, and they didn't really have anybody around them. I was like, yeah, it was talking about games and stuff. And they said, well, they didn't want to buy really a game that was more than 4 because they didn't have the people to play. Once again, we forget that, especially here in Atlanta with all the game stores. There's a lot of people who don't have game stores close by. I mean, close by. I mean, within an hour. Like I said, they drove an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there. So interesting. Kind of the same stuff with the board game convention you see in a miniature game convention. Especially I think with smaller conventions. So I will say shout out to Scott and his staff. I thought it was a very well ran convention. I got an information a month out, then a week prior, and they had people around to ask questions. They didn't know the answers. They found someone that did. So very well run convention, I thought. So and that's always a challenge. And I think that can make or break a convention also is how well ran it is and the staff. But yeah, I think once again they have some of the same issues that the miniature game conventions have. So and they had a lot of very small vendors. Flying Pig was really the biggest, probably my guess, biggest vendor there. And I tell you, they sold a lot. I picked some stuff up Friday morning, which I was glad they'd sold out of them by Friday afternoon when I was going to leave. So I know they did very well. But anyway, well, I've definitely rambled enough. I think I'm going to start some prints, go through my email, get a couple orders out, and I got to unpack too. Luckily, I don't have that much, but I do need to unpack. I want to get stuff kind of organized. I said I got big monument order coming in, so I'll have to deal with that later today. So don't forget, come out and see us at our Saturday for the swap meet. Need a table, get a hold of Mike, or just come out Saturday. I think it's 10 to 3 and see what we have. So with that, you guys have a great week and we'll see you next time.